just back down when using the flicker. They allowed Lil to kind of zone out the members of Malvinas. It's just, you know, smokes and mirrors, as they say, for the kill onto the turtle.
Again, for the side of Malvinas Gaming right now, they need to know that a lot of these neutral objectives can't be contested just because of the Faramus alone. Just by Faramus being there, right? He's gonna pop the altar and you can't do anything. You want to commit onto those fights? No, you're not. You don't want to do that. So what do you need to do? If the objective is on the top side, Natus Vincere, they want to go for it. So we just go for the trades on the other side of the map. I think it's better for the composition either way, right? With Farsa and the Clint scaling up, it's gonna be great. And now let's take a look at the items.
Yep, it's Molten Essence, the casual Molten Essence from Sing. He's gonna be completing the dominant size, which is perfect against the sustain of Navi. You want that for sure. And for Harley, they already have the Cloud of Destiny along these mages, so you're gonna have to just wait for maybe 2 more minutes before another fight breaks out. Unless, of course, there will be a push in the bottom lane, which is very unlikely, as Sunset Lover as well as Lil will be able to clear this wave for sure.
Oh, look at that. Deadly Catch already out to potentially summon something or at least prevent a dive down on bot side to get that first tower here. But so far, both are just pushing and pulling, looking for positions on each other. That was a very, very tense moment for both Navi and Malvinas Gaming.
Huge. That was a huge moment right there, all right? Just a little poke like that can make a huge difference, especially considering that, again, Navi wants to be playing for these objectives that is coming up in 10 seconds. They need to start poking in. They need to start denting this huge threat in Malvinas Gaming. If not, again, like I said, it is just going to be an all-out fight, but Navi, they've chosen to go bot side.
Here comes the Circling Eagle to get onto Adrian as they dive in straight away. Demonic Force happens once, but can they get it a second time? No, they don't find him. Rock target, Lil. He goes down. Nagib is the next to fall, and even though he drops his ult, is not in time to get Lil back up to get into that fight. Oh, that's so unfortunate here. Good punish coming in from either side, but notice on top, they're already getting an initial push.
As I said, guys, Navi, what they want to do is use the Faramus to control neutral objectives. What they don't want is to go in like that. It's not good whatsoever. Remember, Malvinas Gaming, their composition is really good on that disengage. With the Deadly Catch, you dive in, you're going to get bursted down, all right? That is not good at all. And Navi, they need to start getting disciplined here, all right? The win condition is not by going for the fights under the turret. That altar becomes completely useless in that way.
Yeah, you understand. They have the big. They know that they are tanky, but not under the turret. They were so focused into taking down Adrian, and even though they were able to get the kill to Adrian, they traded for 2.
Here comes Sawa once again engaging on towards Harley's side. Demonic Force is going to force him out. He's going to go straight on top of him. Can he secure the kill? Does he have Asterisk? I know, not in time. Steffi gets on top of him. Good law and order to buy some time, but Sawa saves his life. He makes it out, and there goes Glue, who dies over the Farmus down as Nagib does the job.
Look at Adrian, though. All the while, they have not just been there going for the fight at the top side. It is actually still Adrian reading out the positioning really well right here, but Nagib is waiting in that bush. Adrian, he needs to be careful right now. The damage comes through.
They'll be pulled back now. It will not be the case. So, Navi, with all the fairness, they were able to get the turtle, a big objective, and this is what Mirko was trying to say. Neutral objectives is the key.
Yes.
I want to say, though, Steffi played that well. He popped the Glorious Pathway and also clipped that Phobius as he jumped. If not for the great guiding wind coming out from Sawa, I'm pretty sure that Lil will be duly punished as he was stunned under the second tier turret of Malvinas. Wonderful play coming out from Steffi, but even better, the guiding wind coming out from Sawa.
Yep, they're just shutting down Sing as well as Lil. Both sides taking a lot of damage, and you know they have some very good counterplay, but Quinn is getting stronger and stronger. Those Deadly Catches, the more effective. Wait, hold on. Steffi is going to try and zone them out to actually trade that top tier 1 for bottom tier 1. Both sides not giving each other an inch.
It's really good. It's really, really good right now. Again, Natus Vincere, they noticed that they were making a mistake by not going for the turtles, by not going for the control onto the neutral objective. But now you can see it's like night and day, man. It's night and day. When they play onto neutral grounds, they will get every single team fights. And MVG, they're forced to go for these team fights as well because that is their playstyle. And I really like it right now with the Mountain Shocker just giving out so much poke. Now, let's take a look at the items once again. Harley has started to scale. That Lightning Truncheon and the Clock of Destiny that has been stacking up, it is going to be really good, especially considering that Adrian is also on the way to that Thunder's Belt.
I'm really just so happy to see that it's pretty even across the map. I mean, there's a little bit of gold lead for Navi, but it's almost all the same. And even the junglers, as you're seeing, they went in for the same set of items as their first two items. Like the War Axe into the Blade of Despair means that they really just want to deal the damage against heroes when it comes to the poke, but most importantly, focus on taking those objectives. And so far, Navi has been pretty good at taking these turtles, 3 turtles to 0.
They've been doing a really good job overall, but now Malvinas Gaming wants to go for bigger fish. They want to get the Lord this time around, but every single time you see the Mountain Chakra, they start backing away, and they keep recently purchasing the Glaive. It's going to be tough, especially for Singh, who's been punished by Nagib multiple times at this point.
It's just not possible for Malvinas Gaming to go for these neutral objectives. What they need to do at this point is either look for a pick first before they go into that neutral objective fight, or they just completely ignore it and go for the turrets, go for the objectives. Because again, in these situations, or maybe they can just catch the game before it even starts.
Oh, Lord takes him out, but there goes Steffi. They trade 1 for 1 so far as Sawo goes in on towards Quinn's side, but Lil can't get onto the fight just yet. It's not looking good so far, and Nagib continuing to be an absolute nuisance for the time being, but here it comes. Singh, he's back. Nagib is already in shreds down.
Ooh.
Oh, the split slit. Lord has been slain by Malvinas Gaming, but Defender is looking to punish anybody as he goes in for the flank. Falling Star Moon gets on top of Queen, and it's not looking good so far. Sawo is going to ensure that the chase will continue. Sunset Lover doesn't want to go any further than this as Harley. He's going to get out of the wings by wings, but the Astra's Eye is going to take him outside of the map.
That was beautiful
Yes.
by Malvinas at first, but Navi finishes it off with a banger of a fight, man. They played it perfectly, even though it was Nagib picked off, right?
Yeah.
Nagib was picked off, but the members of Navi, they know how to play it, and they're gonna go in again.
Yep, on top of Adrian so far, it's going to be the glorious pathway that gives him that space, but Defender is so strong right now, but where is Farmers? Where is Nagib? Can he get on top of Singh? No, it really does not matter. He's already given up his life, and now he can only do it a little too late. The timing of his death, a little too much, but with Lord pushing, Navi has to back away, deal with the situation.
Such a close game. Imagine this, Navi committing the mistake, just really jumping in front of Malvinas. Malvinas punishing them for it, eventually gets the Lord. And then Navi, because Nagib, because of his passive already, was up already even after the death, they were able to just pull it through. I mean, obviously Malvinas still takes out the Lord because of the Farsa, but he still recovered. And Singh, knowing that there's no Pyramus in here, will try to go for the play, but really punished by Navi.
Now, he's sacrificing his life. He wants Malvinas to finally start closing up this gold gap here in the mid-tier 1. And maybe even the purple. Is he going to get the purple? Yep, he gets the purple as well as the next tier 2 on top side.
This is why I'm saying it's very crucial to just let Nagib live. Nagib needs to live through all of the team fights, right? He needs, not live, but they need to pick these fights really, really well, because without that altar, especially when it's misplaced like that in that mid lane, basically that altar is useless. Again, they ulted inside of turret range. You're just going to be constantly dying over and over. You don't have that much time to deal damage. You don't have that much time to look for more, because again, the enemy is already at their territory. What you need to do is force Malvinas out of their base. In that moment, you will get these literal good fights, easy fights for you. But if not, Malvinas, again and again, you get Nagib, you get the game. Yeah. They become so confident when Nagib dies.
Exactly. And Malvinas, now it is time for them to group up for sure. They already have the items, they already have the openings, maybe utilize their glue now, but it makes it so, I mean, the farm just makes it so difficult for Singh to play. And even the team that utilized this farmers against the glue was Onyx Philippines, was able to talk to Marky, and the real goal is to it's not really just about the damage you get from the glue. The threat of always having to be a kill threat against the glue, that's really the goal of having the fire miss.
Speaking of which, Steffi trying to punish here, but you can see that Navi is going to be walking towards that jungle. Could they potentially catch off Steffi? Here we go. This engagement is about to begin here. Defender comes in with a falling Star Moon, catching onto 2. Adrian is going to get bailed out of here. Feathered Airstrike to draw the line on the side with the deadly catch to disengage completely. Singh holding on to his ult for as long as possible, knowing that Nagib is zoning him out. It's a game of rock, paper, scissors.
Double Cursed Helmet coming out from Malvinas Gaming. This is perfect against HP-based heroes. As you can see, that's the tanks coming out from Navi. Yet to see Radiant Armor picks up on Malvinas Gaming, but they do have Dominance Ice. They are going to go for double Dominance Ice build, but both Singh as well as Steffi, this is going to be crucial against the sustained composition of Navi. But for Navi, when it comes to the items, they have damage penetration, the Divine Glaive as well as the Genius One coming out from Nagib. It's gonna be scary. That is gonna be scary. There's gonna be a ton of magic damage that can come out from this hero. And then he also amplifies the damage output eventually of both Esmeralda and the Phoveus.
Man, can we talk about the tension real quick, man? This is crazy already. Remember, 15 minutes in, very, very close game, and this is for all the marbles. Whoever loses here, they're gonna go home. They're out of the tournament. You can see the pressure, and you can see how hesitant they are, even into clashing on these team fights. This is very uncharacteristic of MVG, but this is what they need to do. They can't go in for these crazy fights anymore. As long as Fairness still lives, they need to stay consistent, disciplined, waiting for that moment, and honestly, they need to go for that prolonged fight, baiting out that altar. Once you get that altar out of the way, back away, and look for a re-engage when it comes in. Right now, though, this is not what they want to go for, because the damage coming from that Yi Sun-shin is huge. It is a full item game at this point, and you do not want to be tanking, soaking all that damage before the Lord even starts to happen.
Half HP Lord.
Here he goes. They're going to start the engagement. Adrian is going to get attacked by the demonic force here as the airlines is going to send him all the way to the back. But here comes the glorious pathway to try and slow down this engagement. And they find it. They get bait. Deadly Catch is already out, and they drop down the altar, but they're moving away. It's going to be the demonic force that makes all the difference here as the backline is now gone. It is 3-0 in favor of Na'Vi here. Sawo is bringing in the airplanes to the docks.
Na'Vi, with this, they might have just done it here, guys. This is going to be the one straight push, perhaps. Let's see if the two members can defend. Let's take a look at the base that's getting sieged down, and that ultimate.
Oh no, I think it's over here. Harley's in trouble. He goes down as Defender, and Lil finally find the space, and the enablers have done it. Adrian, he's gone. GG, well played, as Na'Vi moves on to the next round.
Man, I said it about their drafts. I like it. From that Faramis pick, they rounded off. They ended off strong. Oh man, that was overlooked for sure. No one expected the Faramis to come, and that was the main win condition for Na'Vi.
Good old-fashioned peeling coming out from Na'Vi. We see they pop the Phoveus ultimate on the backlines because there are two backliners coming out from the side of Malvinas, both the Farsa as well as the Clint. They are the damage dealers. The fact that they weren't able to supply the damage because both the Hylos and the Bay were far too deep into the Lord Pit, that dissection coming out from Na'Vi allowed them to overwhelm the lineup of Malvinas Gaming.
One more time. Faramis Pride, though.
Faramis Pride, and not to mention that Lil finally getting to play the game and making huge impact here. But we have to give honor to these competitors here. Malvinas Gaming put up an amazing show of skill, some macro, and really showing that the West is catching up ever so quickly.
Gonna have to give it to Malvinas as well as Adrian. All of the games in the early stage, it belonged to Malvinas Gaming. They showcased their talent. Maybe the discipline wasn't there yet because of their inexperience, but boy oh boy, you can expect a lot of potential from this team. I really want to see them perform in the international stage for more, but for now, it's Navi to advance.
Well, this is going to be it for them, but let's break down this game. Let's throw it to the L's here. LaFell as well as Leo at the analyst stand.
Navi stays in while Malvinas Gaming has to bow out. Welcome to the analyst stand.